Welcome to the fourth vlog of my art residency vlog series. It is Monday, the 29th of July. I am starting my fourth week here at New Masters Village, and that is a scary thought. It's going very, very fast. Juliet Aristides' art retreat is approaching very fast. My workshop is approaching very fast. I left you a little bit earlier last week. I stopped the vlog on Thursday instead of Saturday because I wasn't feeling really good. I was getting really tired in the afternoons because of all that task switching that I was doing every day between my personal admin tasks, my work for New Masters Academy, my artistic project here sketching for the signs, creating content while I am at the village, the workshop that I am preparing, and I also happen to be running test knits at the moment. I've also been designing socks recently, and so my patterns are being tested, and I am also running that from the village, and so I was just constantly switching between tasks and businesses. That's why I left you early. That was a great decision because this weekend has been amazing. It's been very relaxing, very refreshing. You know, when you have 2 days off and it feels like you just had 5. That's how I feel today. On Friday, I had a very good figure drawing session. And that is something that I haven't been talking about much in these vlogs, but every Friday afternoon at New Masters Village, they have a figure drawing session, and it's been a bit difficult because I hadn't been drawing a model from life like that since the last time I was here. So my last figure drawing session was in October, and I had 0 figure practice since, and I just came back here and I had no idea how to tackle that. So my first week, I've been a little bit experimental. I started just going in with a brush, focusing on light and shadow and painting with watercolor to try to go for an effect and try to have fun rather than following more of a study analytical process here, which got me back into it. The second week I switched to a pencil, and last Friday was the third week, and I had a very good week with figure drawing sessions. Some of them are always better than others, just like I think any kind of performance, whether it is artistic or sports, you just have days where you're in a better shape, the stars are better aligned, and you are able to reach or to use more of your own potential, and some days are a little bit more difficult, and that just doesn't mean anything about your skill. That's how it is. You need to average out your performance over time. But I am going on a little bit of a tangent because the thing that I wanted to share with you is that getting back to these figure drawing sessions and realizing how I am lacking a process right now, and how I haven't been making progress in my figure drawing skills in a year just because I did not practice, I did not study. That inspired me to get back to my studies. So I just started watching Spirit of the Pose by Carl Gnass, which is a figure drawing class with a different method. So every instructor at NMA has a slightly different method with, of course, very similar concepts underneath. But Carl Gnass is different from Steve Houston, different from Mike Matesi, different from Glenn Villepeu, and so that is just a new process for me to learn. And I watched all of week 1, at first thinking, okay, I am here, I am going to be drawing the figure every Friday, I can just watch this class and take it just like Netflix, just like a video, just watch, absorb it, not put too much effort in, and then I practice every Friday. But I started watching, and I wanted to take notes because it's very good. It's a very good class. I do not want to forget things. I do not want to have to watch again because I did not take notes. So I started taking notes, and then I thought, this class is open for interactive. I do have tokens on my New Masters Academy account. I might as well just do the assignments. And so I did that, and I submitted my assignments for feedback today. It might have been close to a year and a half since I submitted an assignment for a pre-recorded class the way I just did, and I'm very excited to receive my feedback. I had a lot of fun taking the class, I learned a lot. It's always super interesting discovering a new teacher, a new approach, what their process is, and then getting to try it. And I think that for me with figure drawing, every new approach is, I would say, maybe not easier to learn. I wouldn't say that after 1 week, but at least easier to understand because it's always the same concepts, but I just have more knowledge to relate a new process to. So when he is describing his way of doing things, I think about something that I've learned with Joshua Jacobo in his classes, and I think about how Steve talked about it, and I can think about how it is similar, how it is different, and being able to make these relationships with other concepts that I have learned in the past just make it, I think, easier to understand what's going on and retain information. So I'm really enjoying this process so far. I loved doing the assignments. I am super excited to get my feedback. And this is not really advancing me for my project, but back to the project. I am recording from the studio now, and I haven't been in there since Burrowfest, so I had to clean it up a little bit because last week I was only sketching on the iPad, and now I have concepts for all of the signs, and my next step, which I want to focus on this week, is to develop those into drawings. Ultimately, the final product that I am making is going to be a vectorial design. So I'm going to do that in Adobe Illustrator, but for now I am still going to work in non-vectorial files. I think I am going to try sketching in Photoshop for the first time. My initial sketches are basically just an idea, it's just a composition, it's just a gesture. I still have to tighten it up, make sure that every line, every curve is where it should be, and then develop the drawings with the right shapes, curves, the right design for every element, every plant, every animal, every shape. And I don't want to move into Illustrator until I have that developed drawing. The reason why I am switching between tools and using traditional art, digital art, the iPad, Photoshop, Illustrator, different mediums, is that I am trying to use each medium for what it is best at, and when it comes to drawing at this stage, I need to move my arm. I need to draw the lines. That's just the most efficient way for me to design, and once I have that line that's like, I don't know, 90% there maybe, just to give a random number here, then I can clean it up vectorially, but I do not have enough information right now to try going with Illustrator. It is Thursday afternoon. I am just outside of the garden cottage. Yesterday evening I received an email with my feedback. I had been submitting my assignment for video tutoring, and the interesting thing is that the person who gave me that feedback is Dylan, which is funny because he was here last year during Glenn's retreat when I was in my first artistic residency, and then he came back to the village for his artistic residency, making his map, and now I am here, I am submitting, and he is the one giving me feedback, so it's all connected. But it was not unexpected because it is a small feedback team, and I know a little bit about who is giving feedback and who's specializing on which class. So I was expecting to receive feedback from him. So I listened to the feedback today, and it is pretty much what I was expecting. I passed my assignments. So yeah, but in terms of what I should do next, that's pretty much what I was expecting. I keep making the same mistakes like we all do, but still very good to hear. Just a different way of formulating things, confirming that what I was thinking is right, putting them in other words, comparing the different teachers' approaches because Dylan knows which classes I've been taking, what approaches I know. Very good feedback, and I am almost done with the week 2 lessons. So I'm very much looking forward to making my second assignment and submitting it for video tutoring as well, applying as much as I can from that feedback just to see if it is going in the right direction. Last week at that time I was really exhausted, but today I am just having a great week. We have been sketching outside in the garden in the evening, and this morning we had a little portrait drawing session with Walker, Rich and Johanna, and I hadn't been drawing the portrait in, I don't know, maybe a couple years. It has been a very long time since I made a portrait. So that was very challenging, and my portrait is not good, but I had a great time. I experimented with watercolor, and I hope that we get to do that again so I can try to improve on that as well. Just, having fun, but every time I think about things that I want to change. And it's really amazing to be in a place where, even if the village is a little bit empty right now, there are no students here yet, everyone here is an artist. Everyone here wants to learn or practice or just enjoy art. And I can feel that being immersed in that environment is making it a lot easier for me to do more art than I would at home. I just came out of a few months of low art making, which is fine. But here I am sketching outside after Glenn's workshop as well that I had in May. I am drawing the portrait, I am enjoying the figure drawing sessions every week. I started a class again and I feel very excited about all of that. And I am able to do that without really forcing myself, just because of the environment and because I am surrounded by artists. I'm also very happy about the progress that I've made on my project this week. So it's funny because I recorded that first update on Monday thinking that my next step was going to be sketching in Photoshop. And I tried that. So I took my sketch from Procreate, that's just a thumbnail of the first sign that I wanted to develop into a drawing. I took that into Photoshop and I started sketching in Photoshop using the Wacom, and I just realized how slow I am. I don't think there is any reason for me to be slower as an artist when I am using Photoshop rather than traditional art or the iPad and Procreate, but I am just so much slower and I don't know why. And then I realized that I don't have to use Photoshop for this. I don't know why I thought this was a necessary step. What I did instead is that I just kept working in Procreate, so I started a new file, again copied my sketch, pasted it into a new file at a larger resolution just to resolve the drawing a little bit more in a new layer, and I did it this way and it's been working really great. As I said, the goal at this stage is not to create the final art. I just need to keep developing the drawing a little bit more and make things more final rather than just, lose ideas before I can move on to Illustrator and move on to the vectorial aspect of things, which is going to be the final product that I make this time. So I've been working in Procreate. I worked on the lake house sign. That's the first one that I completed. I really enjoyed working on it. I think my favorite part is that little baby bird at the top. All of those signs are going to have a fun little detail so that when you look at it, you may not see it immediately. That's not the main focus, but if you just keep looking a little bit, you're going to notice fun little things. So for this one, I think my favorite part is the little chick. And one thing that I did is that for that sign, I am using the American coot, which is, we have a lot of them on the lake. Of course, I cannot grab one to study it, so I had been working from photographs last year. So the American coot, and the plant I am using is the Rocky Mountain iris, which I believe we have in the village. I have seen some iris plants, but they're not in bloom right now. I think I missed the season, so I can't say for sure if they are Rocky Mountain irises. But anyway, I wanted to use that plant. It makes sense for the sign, and I do not have it here. So I've been studying photographs, botanical illustrations, which give a lot more information than photos. And one thing that I used as well is sketches from one of my biggest art inspirations, who is Eugène Grasset. He was a Swiss artist from the 19th century, and he is one of the most influential artists and teachers of the Art Nouveau movement, alongside Mucha, which I am sure you all know. And I have been studying some of his books, designs, and so I knew that he had a lot of studies of the iris, and one of the things that he was such a specialist of was taking a flower or a plant or an animal and studying it and designing something based on it for decorative arts. So that's his specialty, and that is exactly what I am doing here. So I looked at his iris sketches and I took inspiration from some of his ideas for how to design the iris, and I redesigned that a little bit just to make it work within that sign composition for me, so that I can incorporate a little bit of a reference to someone who has given me the basis of my approach for this project into one of the signs. So I was really happy that I got to do that. And then I also developed the second drawing for the second sign, which is the bungalow, and for that one I am using the Colorado chipmunk and the three-leaf sumac, which are two species that I had been studying last year. I had sketches of the sumac and I went a little bit in depth into the study of the chipmunk and really designing it to create kind of a perfect profile of that chipmunk in two different positions. And for that sign, what I did is that instead of starting from scratch, I reused those studies that I did last year. So what I even did is that I took the photos of the studies that I had on my computer. I took that into the iPad, into Procreate, and I just traced to get started. I made a few modifications, which is of course much easier because it is my drawing, it is my design choices that I am changing, so it's easy to be intentional about it and understand what I can do, what I can't do. But essentially I started from those drawings from last year, and the fun little detail for that one is that the chipmunks at the bottom are going to have their cheeks full of sumac fruits, which is, I like that a lot. I think it's adorable. I didn't have that in the thumbnail, but I am also thinking about how I am going to describe those signs. I want to have a little bit of a text that goes with every sign explaining what are the species in it, where some of the design choices come from, and just a little bit of an explanation. And I have something about the chipmunk and sumac, and that gave me the idea of incorporating it into the design as well. So very happy about this one. There are a few things for both of those signs that I want to refine a little bit, change a little bit, but overall the process is going very well. I am making good progress on it, and I am more and more confident that I am going to be able to complete that project while I'm here, which is a big relief because I am anticipating that with Juliet's retreat next week, things are going to get a little bit chaotic and I might not be able to work on those signs as consistently next week. So I would like to get 3 done this week, and so I have 2 more to do next week. And after Juliet's retreat, I can focus on my workshop that I will be giving, the workshop that I'm giving for New Masters Academy as well, because I am giving an online workshop for the summer bootcamp, and just have, in terms of my project, to clean up the outlines and come up with the vectorial version of that. So that's my goal. Hello everyone, it is Editing Julie. I am not looking great because I'm very annoyed right now. It is about 8 p.m. I am in the garden cottage. I didn't draw this afternoon. I have been editing my vlogs for a solid 3-4 hours, and I noticed at the end after exporting that there was a small mistake in the introduction. It was saying episode 3 instead of episode 4. And something tragic happened. As I wanted to delete that export, I somehow instead deleted my entire video folder with all of the footage, the original Adobe Premiere file, the music, the screen recordings, just everything. So, and of course, I emptied my bin because I am so fast with keyboard shortcuts that I just did that in a second. That's great. So I lost most of my footage. I was able to recover some from my SD card, but to correct that small mistake into the introduction, I had to do some crazy piecing things together, and all of this to say that I am going to end this vlog now. But thank you so much for watching, especially if you've been watching since the beginning of this series. I would love if you just let me know in the comments, and I will of course keep you updated with the following adventures and the rest of my project here. So subscribe and you will see the next episode next week.